Good morning, Laguna Woods. You've tuned in to Inspiration for Today, and I'm so glad you did this morning. I'm Rick Bradford. Thanks for tuning in. Well, our guest this morning is a good friend of mine and familiar to many of you, Norm Berger.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Rick.
So the reason I say you're familiar to so many, well, you've done so many things in Laguna Woods, but you're currently the Tuesday morning golf starter for the women.
Correct. Yes.
So you're very popular.
The women love me.
Yeah, I was
Tuesday
going
morning.
to say, you're very popular among
In fact,
the women.
I'm sure they're missing me today because they got somebody strange at the window.
Yeah, that's right. And today is Tuesday. Well, Norm, like so many guests, I asked you for some verses that are important in your life. And so I want to read the one that Norm, one of the ones Norm picked out. It's a great one. It's out of the book of Psalms. Psalm 27 at verse 1 says, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?" Now, I don't know if you meant that. I read the whole verse, but I mean, the most quoted part of that is often, "The Lord is my light and salvation. Whom shall I fear?" But you said that's been an important verse in your
Yes,
life.
it has.
Or tell us your story. What's
Yeah,
your
let me give
background?
you some. I never went to church until I was 17 years old. And that was because I went with my stepmother. We all went to church on Sunday morning. But sometime after that, I dated a girl, actually, who took me to church a couple times. So I wasn't completely foreign to church when I met my wife, Mary, because she wanted me to go to church.
When did you meet Mary?
Met her at work in 1959. Actually, we met in 1958.
All righty.
We started dating in 1959. So anyway, I went to church with her, but wasn't really committed. We moved from Ohio to San Diego, and we actually lived there, and we attended church every Sunday there. We actually lived there about 3 years, and still wasn't really committed, but she got a babysitter at that point. In October of 1965, we had 2 children.
All right.
And she got a babysitter without, I wasn't really aware of this, but she said, "Hey, I got a babysitter. Let's go to the Billy Graham Crusade at Balboa Stadium in San Diego." So we went to the Billy Graham Crusade in October of 1965, and that was when I made the real commitment and walked forward.
No kidding.
So even though we'd been married at that point about 6 years, and I had, like I said, I've been going to church and doing all the things that quote Christians do.
Yes, yes.
But wasn't really committed until October of 1965.
That Billy Graham just had so much impact in so many people's lives.
He did.
And you are another one who, so you go there. Was this a verse that he used that night or
No,
something?
it wasn't.
Or
It was
how
just
did
this verse.
come into play?
Well, actually, fairly recently, I was reading Psalms, and this verse, I saw this verse, and I guess at certain points in my life, I had a lot of fears of what people were going to do or what people were going to think, and once I realized that I had salvation, I realized that there wasn't anything or anybody that I should be afraid of.
Okay.
So,
And so like normal. So you come to the Lord in San Diego in 65.
right.
And then help us through.
Well, from there
So you raised your children.
Yeah, we were raising the children. We actually were at that point going to a small, at that point it was United Methodist Church, I guess. Then from there we went to Scott Memorial Baptist, which later became Shadow Mountain.
Great church.
With Dr. Jeremiah.
Right, he's still
on
there. TV teaching.
Yeah, he's right, and he's in his mid-70s, I think, and
is he really?
So amazing that he's doing so well.
Yeah.
But then we moved to, carry on a little bit, we moved to Orange County, and we went to a church in Irvine, a Baptist church. Then we went to an Assembly of God church, and then about, I guess, 10, 12 years ago, we started going to Saddleback.
Okay.
We actually went to 2 churches. We went to Saddleback, and we went also to the church in Santa Ana.
Yeah, yeah.
And then when you came to our small group, that's what I remember, you coming to our small group. There were about 10 of us, and mentioning that they were going to start at Laguna Woods campus, and would we support it if one was started.
Well, and so that was about 10 years ago.
Right, almost 10 years, yeah.
And that's kind of how meeting in Clubhouse 5 actually got going, because there were about 600 of us at the time that were attending Saddleback up at the end of El Toro at Lake
Right,
Forest.
yeah.
And we thought a good number of those would probably enjoy not driving and ending up worshiping right in their neighborhood. And you and the small group responded to that, and I'm so
Yes.
thankful. So you and Mary have been involved from day one. Tell me so. I mean, you have put your faith into action, and I know that you've had various ministries over these years, but
Well,
recently, or
recently
what
I've been working primarily as an usher at the Laguna Woods campus. But during our years, Mary and I at one time were the director of ministry for the teenagers at one church we were at
okay.
when we were not nearly
Yeah.
as old as we are now, in our mid-30s, I guess. Uh,
Well, I appreciate your willingness to serve in various ways, but right now, and it seems for many, to me, many years, your role has been greeting people as they come in, and
well, since the beginning for almost 10 years now, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and you have excellent hand-eye coordination on the bulletin.
And that
Have
comes,
you, did you practice that over time?
actually, it comes from playing golf with
Oh.
you.
Yeah, yeah. So it's
And
that
watching
wrist.
you,
It's
right.
that wrist snap, is it?
Yeah.
Actually,
You
you
gotta-
guys, Norm is an amazing putter. And that has nothing to do with his Christian testimony or anything. Unless, are you praying over those putts?
Well, it's
Because
not,
he is
I've-
really the best putter I've ever met, actually, that I've known.
well, I think it's
personally.
sometimes I have. When in a crucial situation, I've said a prayer or two about that.
But
Yes.
no,
But I've been in Laguna Woods, go back a little bit, 21 years.
21
In fact,
years.
today is Mary's and my 21st anniversary of moving here.
Is that right?
This
That's
exact day,
fantastic.
right?
Well, I know that one of, like I say, you've actually been working in the golf shop
Almost 4 years,
for 4 years and
Right.
started the last year or two.
right?
But so you do have, that's one of the reasons I think it's fun when you, as one of people that greet folks as they come in. Folks, if you know Norm from the golf shop, come and see him in action on Sunday.
Right.
He's good at that too. And
In fact, I see a lot of people that come in that I've seen at the golf, as in my starter role there.
yeah,
I've seen them at the window, and I come to church, and a lot of times it takes a minute for us to recognize each other because they don't have,
right.
they don't have their hat on or whatever. And but I've seen a lot of people that I know from golf.
And
who
that's
come
one
into
of the
church.
things, people are hesitant to go into a place where they don't think they know anybody.
Right.
We all are.
Yes.
I hate going to a party if I think I don't know anyone. But you're going to be there. You'll greet them as they come in. We have a great greeting team also.
Right.
Chi Chen was on the show last week or a couple weeks ago, and he has a whole team of people. But you are usually or very often at the front door,
Right.
bulletins in hand.
Yes.
And I know that you like me to take several, so you think you get extra credit.
That's right. I get paid piecework.
No, not
Get paid.
true.
Not true.
We're
But-
exaggerating that a little tiny bit,
Yeah.
but it's fun. We've had a lot of fun over the years. I've loved getting to know you and Mary. Mary was on a while
Yes.
back talking about our hospitality ministry, which
I remember that.
I know that when you're through passing out bulletins, you do have some food to eat too, don't you?
Well, usually I try to avoid that because
Oh, okay.
the doctor said stay away from the food. So,
You're being good. You're
so,
being good.
I try to do that as
Well,
much
Norm,
as I can.
thank you for being on. We're going to have Norm back tomorrow. He's got some really interesting challenges for us. So we'll see you tomorrow, Norm.
Thank you.
Hey, Laguna Woods,
you very
have a
much.
great day in the Lord. See you tomorrow.